Hey guys, coming to you today. I want to discuss the weekend preview, and it's going to include fights taking place on Thursday, January 30th, and Saturday, February 1st. We'll kick it off with the January 30th card, which is basically a triple header, a world title triple header on DAZN. This is going to be a really good card, guys, so I would really check it out. Kicking off the triple header, you're going to see the unified super bantamweight world champion Daniel Roman. He holds the WBA and IBF titles. He's making a WBA mandatory defense against Murodjon Akhmadaliev. The guy's an undefeated contender on the rise, good amateur, and is trying to make a name for himself at 122, taking on Roman, who I have number one at 122 pounds. Roman hasn't fought since unifying belts last April against TJ Doheny, and now he's looking to shake off a 9-month rust and get a victory here. I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park. I think Akhmadaliev is a good fighter, but I think he's a little too green for Roman. But Roman definitely doesn't need to overlook this guy. He really doesn't. I think he needs to take the fight serious. I think he needs to go for it. And I think he will retain his 2 titles. I got him winning either a late stoppage, but I see more of a unanimous decision as he shakes off the rust and pushes forward towards something bigger. But we'll see. Like I said, Akhmadaliev, I think, is a real contender. So we'll see how Roman does. The co-feature is the fight of the night, in my opinion, and maybe the best matchup of the whole month of January, as it's going to see Tevin Farmer defending the IBF Super Featherweight Championship, that's 130 pounds, against Joseph Diaz Jr. This is a big-time fight. Diaz is my number 4 Super Featherweight. Farmer's my number 9 Super Featherweight. Diaz has been in the ring with Gary Russell Jr. and fought his ass off, fought hard. He has a victory over Jesus Rojas. He has a victory over Andrew Cancio. Farmer hasn't really faced anybody on the level of Diaz yet. He's dominated everybody else, but he hasn't faced anybody on the level of Diaz. So he's got his work cut out for him. I think it's going to be a really good and close fight. I really can see it going either way, but I'm picking Joseph Diaz to pull off the victory by a hard-fought decision. And it could be a close decision, but I think Farmer could also pull this fight off and win. So, again, I think it could go either way, and I think it's going to be a really good fight, but I'm picking Diaz for the victory. And then in the main event, you got the undefeated middleweight champion of the world, WBO middleweight champion of the world, Demetrius Andrade, making I think it's the 3rd defense of his title against little-known Luke Keeler of the United Kingdom. Keeler stepped up when most people won't. Andrade is still the boogeyman in this division, the most avoided fighter because of his style. He's still trying to make a case to get in the ring with the likes of Canelo and Triple G and just anybody with a big name, really. So he's got to make a case here and dominate, and I think he will. I think he's going to dominate Keeler. I see a late stoppage or a one-sided unanimous decision, as he will retain his world title again. So we'll see what happens. That's Thursday, January 30th on DAZN. Don't miss it, guys. It's going to be a really good card. And I really can't wait to see it again. I think the 2 undercard fights are potentially better matchups, but Andrade's a big name in the main event. Well, a sizable name in the main event, and one of the best divisions in boxing at middleweight. And then now we'll go to the Saturday card, which is taking place on Fox Sports 1, and we'll just talk about the main event. The undercard's really just a bunch of undefeated prospects on the rise, nobody really known yet. So the main event's going to see Yordenis Ugas, former world title challenger at welterweight, taking on former world title challenger Mike Dallas Jr. Ugas is coming off of a 2019 where he made himself a name in the best division in boxing, in a fight where a lot of people feel he should have defeated Sean Porter last March for the WBC title. He lost a controversial split decision, and then he bounced back with a dominating one-sided unanimous decision over previously unbeaten Omar Figueroa Jr. That was on the Pacquiao-Thurman undercard. Now I believe Ugas is the boogeyman at 147. He's the guy nobody wants to fight because of his style, and he doesn't have a huge name. So he's staying busy against a guy like Dallas. I think Ugas is going to dominate Dallas and stop him in the middle to later rounds and keep pushing forward towards possibly another title shot later in the year. But he made a name for himself. He's in the best division in boxing. He is the best fighter outside of the top 6 superstars that we have, which are Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao, Thurman, Porter, and Danny Garcia. So, you know, this guy is just after them at number 7, which would be way higher in any other division because those guys ahead of him are all superstars. And he's just trying to keep himself afloat and hope for something bigger later in the year. So I think he's going to get the victory easily here. And like I said, that DAZN triple header is going to be really good, so make sure you're checking it out. All right, guys, that's the weekend preview for Thursday, January 30th and Saturday, February 1st. Hope you enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.